Massive excitement in the gold and silver markets right now. We're going to talk about a short squeeze. We're going to talk about big developments with Elon Musk and a lot more. But for most of us who've been investing in precious metals, we have never experienced a time like this in our years. It's been decades. We've been waiting, and it appears to be happening right now. Let's run out first and look at a chart that was provided to us from our friend Jesse Colombo, one of the top emerging analysts in the precious metal sector. But before we do that, thank you for being here. You are the most important part of Ron's Basement. Please subscribe to the channel. It's free. Give the video a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family so that we can get the word out about what is turning into a super exciting time to be invested in precious metals. Let's go look at this chart from Jesse. It just shows us some things that are, I mean, really, we imagine a year ago when a lot of us were down here, we could not believe what we are experiencing right now in the precious metals market. There's the bubble report. That's his Substack, and there's his picture up there in the upper left-hand corner. But the chart is what we want to look at. And guys, this says it all, and there's a little secret factor that we can get even more excited about. But if we look here, right, as he points out, we spent a lot of time getting through this $32 to $33 zone. Then spent a lot of time fighting through this $34 to $35 zone. Remember, we talked about this many times. I think we tried like 3 times in total to get through this $35 area. And now next we went up between about $35.50 and $37.50. We talked about $37.50 being a key area to break through. And look at what happened on Friday. Oops. Here we go. We'll go back to that. Hold on here. We broke out, right? As you know, that's not breaking news. We broke out. But what makes it even more exciting, and we're going to talk about a short squeeze here next, 3 critical things that I think indicate we could be in for a short squeeze. But on this chart, as Jesse points out, okay, this all happened on Friday on very heavy volume. Look right here. You can see a big green candle. So everything is pointing toward a very healthy market for silver. And we're going to talk about the silver short squeeze right now, but the gold market is also doing very well. We're going to focus in on gold a little bit later. Let's talk about the short squeeze, because the bottom line is this, my fellow basement dwellers, my fellow fiat fighters. That's what we are. We're part of the FF. The fiat fighting crew. The bottom line is this, right? When the massive shorts, when there's massive shorts and there's a massive price increase, that leads to massive losses for the massive banks. Massive short position, which we have, okay? Massive price increase creates massive losses for the massive banks. Let's go out here and take a look at some fascinating data about what is developing right now in the silver market. Here we go from Wall Street Gold. The big 8 banks are short a record 404 million ounces of silver. That's more than 150 days of global mine supply, right? Almost half. They built this massive short position around $37.50. And now silver has surged to $39. They're trapped and bleeding. The breakout setup is explosive. And look at these. Those are those wonderful bankers. It's okay. We can poke fun at them, guys, because we are the fiat fighters. They're not real happy, okay? I mean, remember, every time silver goes up, what, $1 per ounce? They're out another $400 million. All right, let's go to the next piece. From Wall Street Gold. What a week for silver. Futures hit a high of $39.22, close strong above $39 at $39.07. The big 8 banks are a record short and now deep underwater. The squeeze is on, and it's just getting started. Silver bulls, enjoy the weekend. The fireworks are far from over. Stay ahead of the herd. Join our Substack. Okay, let's go to this one. This, I thought, had... hold on here. Oh, I got to share. That's the one. Here we go. Now we are on the right screen. Yes. Okay. Wall Street Gold. What happens when the big 8 bullion banks finally run out of paper tricks? They're sitting on a 400 million ounce short. That's 150 days. Okay. The physical buyers demand delivery. Margin calls will turn into margin infernos. Remember 1980, the Hunt brothers sent silver to $50 in 1980. What's that today? What's that in today's dollars? Something like $180, $190 per ounce. By cornering roughly just 100 million ounces. Multiply that pressure by 4. Add today's soaring industrial demand, record ETF draws, and world de-dollarizing. Cue the mother of all squeezes. Man, that just like mic drop. Good job there, Wall Street Gold. I mean, think about it, right? The short position, now we're talking, is 4 times larger. We have soaring industrial demand, way more than 1980, record ETF inflows. We'll talk about that later, and world de-dollarizing, and right, a fiscal situation that's out of control. It's nuts. A forced cover now wouldn't just tag $50. It would blow right past triple-digit price discovery. Bank shorts are torched. The COMEX, right? We're the fiat fighters. We can make fun of the boys and girls at the COMEX. Vaults are drained. Mints are bone dry. When the spark hits, you won't be buying ounces. You'll be chasing grams. And what they're saying is that we could be in a situation where if you own physical silver right now, you may be very, very, very high. So I've heard different reports. There's so much going on right now about whether or not it's officially right now at a record high from the COT report. Nonetheless, there's this massive short, but there's something else that nobody's talking. One more reason why we can be so excited about silver when we compare it to 1980, when we compare it to 2011. You know what it is? Think about it. Okay. Now we've got China and India. Back then, right, even in 2011, they weren't the major players that they are today. Both of those countries, with their 1.4 billion people each and their insatiable demand for silver, for industrial purposes, for investment purposes, are a whole new X factor. Guys, this could be crazy. Where is he? Where is he? Hold on. There he is. You see him right there? See that? That's Smitty, I think his name is. The silver bear. He's got a blindfold on that says $85. Look, a month ago, I sat on here and said that I believe we can get $60 silver by April Fool's Day 2026. I think we've got a shot, right, within the near-term future, I'll say a year, that we could be having a massive party, us fiat fighters, basement dwellers, down here, taking off that blindfold. That blindfold will come off Smitty the silver bear when we get to $85 per ounce. What a great opportunity to point out our sponsor of the silver and gold content, First Mint. Okay, First Mint is owned by First Majestic Silver. That's Keith Neumeyer's massive silver mining company. First Majestic mines the silver in Mexico, all right, ships it directly to First Mint in Las Vegas, Nevada, where it's minted and they create world-class silver bullion products. Let me show you an example. This is hot off the mint, hot off the presses. I think that's the accurate way to say it. This is their new Las Vegas round. All the products that are created by First Mint are unique to them. Absolutely beautiful. This is the new Las Vegas round. It's got a poker chip design on that side. And on the other side, I was a big fan of roulette at one point in my life. Look at that beautiful design. And it has the roulette wheel around the outside. Man, everything I get from First Mint, I absolutely love. They've got competitive pricing, great service. It's a company you can trust. It's headed up by Keith Neumeyer. They've got thousands of happy customers. Don't forget also, guys, you can go out to their website, firstmint.com, and there's a discount code, okay, VIPRB. Think Ron's Basement. All right, let's move on. We got a lot more to talk about. I want to give you a warning, okay? I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but while we are super excited, and I believe we are headed higher and higher with the silver price, there's always a chance that these guys are going to try, like they've done for decades, one more time to smash down the price of silver. I'll tell you right now, how do you feel if that happens? What if they're able to smash silver down to $30 per ounce? Guess what? I want to tell you guys at the COMEX and the LBMA, I'll be scraping up every loose penny I have to buy more silver at that point. And I think there's a big wave of people out there that would be as well. I think it's time for the beach ball to blow up out of the water and for us to see potential returns in the silver price like most of us have never experienced. Oh, okay, we got the deficit in silver, growing demand. We covered all that. And it wouldn't be, right? What do we always want to look at as silver investors? It wouldn't be a fun live stream unless we went out and saw yet another iteration of our favorite chart pattern, Tavi Costa. But listen to what Tavi says. A lot of you and me were in the same boat as him. We've believed in silver for many years, decades even. And he says this: the time has come when your investment thesis holds. Lean in with confidence. Since mid-2019, we've been aggressively acquiring what we saw as undervalued assets with strong silver exposure, consistently backing our conviction in the metal. At times, and I want you to ask yourself this as a silver and a gold investor, it felt like a lonely stance, but markets always have the final word. Mother Nature always wins. Markets always win. More importantly, this is one of the largest cup and handle formations that I've seen in my career. So let's just briefly look at the cup and handle, right? Another way to look at it here from Tavi. Guys, oh boy, we can't resist, okay? This goes back to 1980, right? When they had a quarter of the position we have now. There's the cup to 2011. There's the handle. And if I could go any further, my cursor is going off the screen, almost out of the basement onto the first floor. Susie's up there looking around saying, is that the silver price coming up out of the basement? I mean, guys, and we used to talk about that, right? We used to talk about being down here in the basement, like the sentiment in the metal sector. Like I would say, I would lay on my floor and be like, nobody cares, but this is the best investment ever, right? We would lay on the floor together. Right? We stuck together. I agree with what Tavi says, right? But us here in the basement, we stuck together through all of this, and we'll stick together with whatever they throw at us in the future. But doesn't it feel like it's becoming very evident that the future looks super bright for the metals? Okay. What did Niels have to say? There's so much going on, man. Here's our friend Niels over at Kitco, and he says that on Friday, silver rallies above $38 and, quote, an incredible breakout. There's some key things we need to look at in this article to 13-year highs. Actually, yeah, that was on Friday. We already talked about a lot of that, but here in yellow, this is from Phil Streibel. He's been on my show before with Blue Line Futures. This guy is super sharp. Again, I put him up there with Jesse Colombo, one of the sharpest analysts in the metal sector. He says, it's an incredible technical breakout, said Phil Streibel, chief market strategist of Blue Line Futures. Streibel noted that silver is benefiting from rising gold and copper prices. We don't talk about that, but copper is also doing extremely well. The gray metal, referring to our friend silver, is viewed as both a critical monetary asset and an industrial commodity. We get the best. Remember that song, The Best of Both Worlds? You're probably as old as me. Remember that? We're getting that. We are in that catbird seat right now, silver investors. From a monetary perspective, silver is thriving. From an industrial perspective, silver is thriving. From a supply and demand perspective, silver is thriving. Silver is just absolutely thriving. Same with gold. And there was a few more things, okay? The gold to silver ratio. Right? The renewed momentum in silver has pushed the gold to silver ratio all the way down to 88. Hold on a minute here, guys. You know what the gold to silver ratio is? That represents the number of ounces of silver, right, that you need to buy 1 ounce of gold. Currently sitting at 88. Okay, well, historically speaking, and you can look at broad, millennium, hundreds of years, decades, whatever. It's not unusual on a long-term basis for that ratio to get down to 50. Okay, at 50 to 1, right? Meaning it would only take 50 ounces of silver to get 1 ounce of gold. We would have a silver price well above $160 per ounce right now. There's no reason why we couldn't, why we couldn't be there. Okay. And we aren't hearing much lately about the gold to silver ratio, but that's another factor that's pointing us towards the fact that silver has a big, long way to run. And on top of that, the outlook for gold is incredible. So if gold continues to go higher, it will also continue to bring silver higher. And as that ratio goes down, it'll be like a double whammy, like a silver turbo button. Okay, let's get back to Neil's article. Okay, on Thursday. Oh, the Silver Institute. It doesn't stop. Everywhere we look, there's good news. The Silver Institute reported that physical holdings in global silver-backed ETFs rose to 1.13 billion ounces in the first half of 2025, just 7% below the peak of 1.21 billion ounces set in February of 2021. So the investors are coming back into silver. And let me point out, right, that billion ounces, that's like the entire 1.13 billion ounces is darn close to the entire supply of silver provided to the world on an annual basis. That comes from two components: mining, like our friends at First Majestic Silver that we talked about earlier, and recycling combined. That's being held right now in ETFs. And supposedly, there's some speculation to the contrary. However, they're supposed to own all of that silver. Things are getting quite interesting. Thanks to all 600. Hey, please give this a thumbs up. For those of you that just joined, we have a big special going on here in Ron's Basement. Okay, we're doing it's free to subscribe special. We want you to come back. We want you to enjoy visiting here in the basement with me and with our fellow fiat fighting basement dweller friends. We got people from crypto that are wanting to learn about silver and gold. This community is growing and we want you to be a part of it. So thank you for being here. On top of that, okay, now we're going to talk about Elon Musk. Crazy what this could do, but also let's talk about the Fed and Jerome Powell and Donald Trump, because Trump is attacking Powell, and now there's unbelievable speculation about what might be happening at the Fed here in the coming days. But we'll go to this first. The White House ramps up pressure. Let's move this down from NBC News. The White House ramps up pressure on the Fed's Powell 3 weeks before the next interest rate decision. So we're going to have an interest rate decision here in 3 weeks. There's our friend Jerome. You know what? We're going to get him out here in a second. Basically, guys, I'm not going to bore you with that. We'll have more fun. For those of you who are new, we've been doing this for almost 2 years now. We have a Jerome in the box. Yeah, we're not supposed to. You know what's in there? We're not supposed to open this, right? I think he's cute. What a cute picture of him. That's our friend Jerome Powell. He controls, this, right? The printing press, toilet paper, paper money, fiat. We are the fiat fighters. Well, Trump is attacking Jerome Powell like no president has ever attacked any poor guy. He might be getting put in his box for good. Has never attacked the Federal Reserve chairman. They want to cut rates. If they cut rates, Trump is talking about a 3% drop in the Fed interest rate is what he's wanting. That could be crazy. But to make it even more insane right now, look at this. When it comes to what's going on with the Fed. Oh, wrong one. Oh, shoot. Hold on here, guys. Trillions. Elon. Nope, wrong one. Bear with me. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me see what you guys are looking at. All right. I'm going to let you watch me struggle live. Welcome to live streaming. Sometimes things don't go. We might be having a little technical problem, so hold on. Maybe Susie can let me know if you guys can see me and hear me. Let's go back here. Hold on here. White House ramps up pressure. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Hold on. Susie's calling me. Hello? What? I'm on. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, sweetheart. Yep, I love you. I got to get back to the live stream. Here, hold on. Why did you call me on the phone? Do you want to say hi to everybody, Susie?
Sure, I'll say hi. Hi, thank you, everyone. Welcome new and welcome to everyone who's been here before. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. See you, sweetie. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, guys, hold on here. I wanted to find this article. Elon, hold on here. White House Post, silver shorts. Oh, darn it. This is going to drive me crazy. I don't know what happened here. Basically, oh, here it is. I found it. Thanks for bearing with me. And let me get back here and let's share this. Okay. Let's go back here. Let's click on this, see if this works. And okay. Should be looking at metals and miners. Bill Pulte. There we go. Whew. Thank you, guys. Bill Pulte, chairman of the FHFA. Fed Chair Jerome Powell is considering resigning. This would be unprecedented, okay? A senior Trump administration official on Friday said that Jerome Powell is, quote unquote, considering resigning as pressure grows for an investigation into whether he lied to Congress about the central bank's Palace of Versailles. I think I pronounced that Versailles. Anyway, renovations to its headquarters in Washington, D.C. So it is getting turning into a monkey show. I don't know, a circus, but in a toxic way in Washington, D.C. This is the Fed that controls the monetary policy for our country. And guys, things are getting nuts. And then on top of it all, our Elon Musk is talking about starting a political, or has started a political party. Why does this matter to silver and gold investors? I'll give you the reason why. Silver and gold are the safe harbor during times of uncertainty. And right now, you're talking about Elon Musk, who, by the way, from scratch started a company called Tesla, who, by the way, from scratch started a company called SpaceX, and a number of other massively successful initiatives, is now starting a political party because he's at war with President Donald Trump. This could create, we already have social unrest. We already have economic turmoil in the world, massive monetary policy issues, massive fiscal issues with the United States. We haven't even touched on the national debt today. And now we're talking about the potential for massive political issues as well. Okay, the world is changing like never before. Silver and gold will be the safe harbor, right? Gold price has been doing very, very well. I forgot to share this with you. Hold on here. This is the data regarding Elon Musk. Elon Musk's new political party could be a major blow to Republicans. Apparently, here we go. Republican support for a Musk America party is significant to the context of U.S. electoral dynamics, where third parties have historically acted as spoilers, particularly for a party from which they split. Now, basically, there was a poll. Okay, overall, 40% of respondents said they were either very likely, 14%, or somewhat likely, 26%, to support the America Party candidates. So this is real. Elon Musk, this is not a political show, never has been, never will be. I'm not professing support or disdain for anybody out there. However, right, we're going to look at the facts, and what we know is that what Elon is doing could create major political upheaval in this country. Okay, gold is here to stay. I also want to say thank you to channel sponsor First Mining Gold. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, whether I'm talking about silver, gold, or gold mining stocks, but I do own gold mining stocks. I have for decades. First Mining Gold is one of the stocks that I own. They also sponsor the channel. They are a Canadian gold development stage company. They have 2 massive development stage projects in Canada. Hold on here. She's calling again. I'll finish my spiel in 1 second. You're on speaker.
Okay, I just want to make sure you say hi to everyone. Oh. And thank Rob Mirage
for the super chat.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I will. Thank you. Okay. What would I do? She has a walkie-talkie. Is your walkie-talkie not working? Apparently not. Okay. First Mining Gold, right? 2 massive development stage projects, gold in the ground in Canada. We're talking millions of ounces. Okay. I don't own a lot of physical gold, but I like owning stocks and companies that have a lot of physical gold in the ground in Canada. And that's what you get with First Mining Gold. Plus, they're moving these projects through the development stage, the permitting stage. And the big gold mining companies have not done a real good job of keeping their pipeline of future projects, production filled. So they're going to be looking for good projects, big projects in good jurisdictions. That could work out very well for our friends at First Mining Gold. You can learn more about them at firstmininggoldnow.com. Now, thank you, Susie, for reminding me. Let me pull up the comments and say hello. Somebody gave a nice super chat. Hold on here. Here it is. Oh, wow. Rob, wow. Wow. Look at that, guys. Somebody gave us a $140 super chat. Thank you, Rob. And I need to make this bigger so I can read what you said on my screen. Oh, shoot. I can't see it. Rob Mirich. Shoot. Okay. Maybe Susie can call me and tell me what. Oh, here. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Rob. Wow. Thank you for the support. Super chats. Super appreciated, right? We support our family through this. Never expected, but thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. And thanks to everybody who's here today. I see Mark Hazley. I see Bill 457. What a crew. We are the Fiat Fighters, the basement dwellers. Okay. We've been at this for a while. I think we've got a great chance for a short squeeze in the silver market in particular as we move into the coming months. No matter what happens, right? Always be responsible with how you invest. I can give that financial advice, okay? But we're going to be keeping a close eye. Later today is going to be interesting when these markets open. Have a great day, guys. Thank you for being here, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Be good to yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.